What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back again with another episode of Paw Patrol Mighty Pups. Sorry for the delay in the next episode. I have been kind of struggling with issues and the like, so I've had to take a break and think about where my brain is, because I'm being like flooded with all this dopamine and I'm trying to do so many different things, and I keep bouncing from project to project. It's a pain in the bum, but it is what it is. You know, I try and make sure that I'm doing as much content as I can and I'm letting the passion guide me. And sometimes when there is passion for one specific thing, it kind of makes me forget to do the other things. So that's been the problem of late, where I've been so focused on the new games that I've been playing, Diablo 4 and the likes of Final Fantasy 16, that I've ended up actually neglecting the Let's Plays and the reviews, because I've been so focused on that I'm struggling to get the required dopamine from games like this. But I've sat down, I've thought about it, and I've realized that I need to temper myself and make sure that I'm doing what's right for the channel and not what's right for my dopamine. I know that it's one of those where I have to find the balance, and that is the problem, because usually I just let the dopamine drive and dictate me where I go. But I know that that's not a good thing, because if I do, I'm going to end up forgetting to do certain things, like finish off the RavenLock playthrough, finish off this playthrough and that playthrough. Because I'll go, oh, I'll get back to that one later on, and then I'll get back to that one later on, and then it piles up, and then it just becomes overwhelming. So I have to make sure that I am trying to finish the things that I start, because that's the problem with being a person with certain disabilities like ADD. ADD means that sometimes we'll start a project and then we won't finish it. So I am a big example of that. I've started thousands of projects in my house and in my life, and I've gone, oh, I'll get back to that later on, and it just sits there and it sits there and it sits there and it sits there, and I'm terrible for it. And I know I should stop doing it, but I try not to do it too much. And that's why I have Quinn. Quinn is great for that. Quinn keeps me on task. It's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Problem is, when that happens, I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. But I end up just not doing it. If you know what I mean, it's one of those. I do try, but it's one of those where you don't do it intentionally, but it happens, you know? So I'm doing my best, needless to say, but it is one of those. It is what it is. And as a person who's been living with that sort of thing for my entire life, I've kind of become accustomed to it and used to things not working the way I want them to, you know, because my brain works the way it does, you know? And that's one of those things with people with disabilities. We find ways of adapting and finding ways of doing things that we don't usually think will work. That's what it is. I do my best, you know, and that's all I could ever ask. And that's what the partner ever asked for, is that I try my hardest and I do my best. And thankfully, that's how supportive they are, you know. It means the world to me, and I just like to talk about that, because it's one of those where you guys are part of my life, and so I like to share it with you and tell you about the things that are going on and why sometimes the content can either abruptly stop or can just randomly change all of a sudden, because I'm driven by the dopamine. And that is the biggest problem for me, because being driven by the dopamine, there are times where a game or a project will stop giving me that required brain tinglies, as I like to call them. Brain fizzies go away, and then it becomes a chore to work on it. And I know that sometimes I have to do that, and That's why I have an amazing group of people around me that try and keep me focused on that sort of thing. But it is one of those, you know, it's one that where you have to try and find that middle ground, as it were. And I do my best. So it's just something I like to share with you guys and talk to you guys about, because things are always better shared with the people that mean the world to you, and my community means the world to me. So thank you for being a part of it. And I love working with Outright Games. Outright Games is super amazing with me, and they understand that sometimes I get a little bit distracted and fall off on a project that I'm working on with them, and they do such a great job with working with me. Can't fault them. They gave me this, for example, so I'm super appreciative. And it's nice to know that they support me with what I do, you know. It's greatly appreciated. And it's one of those, they've got some new games coming out real soon, and I can't wait to play them, especially the Transformers game. If you haven't checked out their website, I will leave a link in the description for that. And it looks really, really cool, and I feel like that's going to be a great one to play. I feel like it's got a lot of potential, and I'm very excited to play it. We need Marshall for this mission. Don't know if you guys have seen it or anything, but it looks really, really cool. And it looks like it's got a lot of potential to surprise and be a lot of fun. Yeah, good on me, Marshall. Marshall's doing his job. There we go. Need 4 more. Pull that up.
Congratulations! You got all the pop treats.
Oh yeah.
It's Marshall's turn.
Perfect shot, straight in the center.
Great! Keep looking for Chickaletta. Chase knows what to do.
Okay. Come on, Chase. Find letter.
We need Marshall for this mission.
Yep.
These tulips. Awesome! The tulip
Hey.
smell is gone.
So yeah, we found all the things for Chickaletta. Now where could she be? Where's that little chicken? Because we have found everything else. Where is she hiding? Oh no, we have one more left to do.
Marshall for this mission.
Marshall.
It's Marshall's turn.
Here we go. Let Marshall do his thing. And the cool thing about these games is that they're aimed at children, so you don't actually have to do a lot of like fine motor skills and stuff like that. So they're great for people like Everyone Can, where it's trying to bring gaming to people with disabilities. I know it's a very gross motor function skill requirement, but that's a good thing, because there are people with all different disabilities from all walks of life, and some people have great fine motor skill and great and not so great fine motor skill. So it's one of those where having these features where it's easy to play for everyone is super important to allow everyone to get involved. And that's by being both an ambassador for Outright Games and with Everyone Can, the charity I work with. It means that I'm able to find these really good games and put Everyone Can onto them, so that they're games that they could have in their centers to allow for people to play with their less able-bodied family members and friends and stuff like that at their centers, which is awesome in my opinion. And I absolutely love that. I think that it's a great way of bringing people together and allowing people to enjoy some amazing games. There we go.
Chickaletta still wants to play. Let's get her to safety first.
Time to go to Super Chase. Gotta do right zones. Oh. Okay. It doesn't punish you. That's the cool thing about it. Okay. Oop.
Great. Help Marshall use his ladder.
Hey, come on, Marshall.
Marshall can use his ladder to save Chickaletta.
Do-do-do.
Well done. Chickaletta is safe.
And then down goes the ladder.
Mission complete.
There we go.
You have
And we've
found
saved Chickaletta. And we got the summer day. We got all three of the different Paw Patrol badges, which gets us another achievement. And that's the cool thing about this, is it's easy, attainable, and fun for the whole family. I feel like they've done a really good job with these games. They do allow for a lot of fun activities for families to get younger gamers in and get them to play these really interesting games and get them involved, because they have them using a generic build platform to allow for ease of transition between their different titles. It will allow for people with young ones who can't do those games too good to get involved, and that's a great thing, because they'll be able to transition from one game to another game and not struggle with new button layouts and button controls, which is a great system that will allow for the ease of access of transfer between different games players. That's also a great thing as well. And I like to make people aware of that, because it makes me think that these are the games that will allow gamers with disabilities to get involved and bring that fun to everyone. Because as a gamer with a disability, it's awesome to be able to share that with everyone, you know? Because I like to play all sorts of different games, from shooters and platformers, all sorts of different ones, and it just means that when the buttons require less work between the different games, it's a lot easier for us. But the problem is that there needs to be more uniform accessibility across the whole industry, in my opinion. We need to have accessibility controllers be not as expensive. For example, the Elite V2 controller from Xbox, I use that as my accessibility controller for my Xbox, because it has the paddles on the back and it allows for an ease of play that will allow me to get involved and play all sorts of games with as little as possible in the way of disturbance between what we're doing and how the game plays. That's, in my opinion, the greatest function of any game, where it can allow a broad spectrum of players to get involved and have fun.
Nice try.
Not bad. Got 249 out of 250 on that one. We would have got all of them, but I missed it. I was too short. It does require a finer motor skill on that one. I probably am not doing the best today on that one, but we had fun with that. I'm having quite a few vocal tics today. It can cause a few issues when it comes to recording, but I don't let it hold me back, you know?
Emperor's
so many different mini games in this game that
Level 1.
you can play, and you can do so many different things. And there's
Level 1.
so many different
Locked.
tools
Mr.
and
Porter's feast.
do all
Level
these
2.
different things. You know, it's so much fun
Locked.
for the whole family. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all the love and support. We have a new episode going out soon. I'll try and get them out more often and more frequent for you guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, remember to check out the card if you want to check out the rest of the episodes. There'll be a link in the description for Outright and Everyone Can. And if you click the playlist, you can check out the rest of the episodes. And there will be a recommended video for another Outright Games playlist that I've done here on one of the different cards. You have an option. Rest of this playlist or something new. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.